Why does parenting make us so crazy? Now, I don't mean certifiable. I just mean you're run of the mill, exhausted, frustrated, impatient, tired. When did I become this person? Why am I so angry and bitter? And I didn't want to be a tiger mom. And yet, why am I putting so much pressure on my kids? I'm so busy taking care of everybody else and everything else that I'm just exhausted. I feel lost. I'm worried. I just feel like if I hold on tightly and cling to my kids, then everything will be okay. But I just can't quite seem to relax and enjoy my life. I feel bored, sometimes trapped by the busyness of life. Oh, maybe nobody appreciates me or values what I do and my contribution. There's lots of ways crazy can show up in our lives. I know the land of crazy very well, but I also know my way back out. My name is Torie Henderson, and I help parents live peaceful and purposeful lives that they are excited about. We're smart enough to know that we want to enjoy this time of our lives. We want to have fun. This is a great time. We want to feel at peace. We want to reach our potential. We want to get excited about our lives and find our calling. And we want to leap through the air holding a big green cloth. That life is short and we want to enjoy it. Sometimes solutions are simple. You got a problem, your kid is frustrating you, you read a book, you print up your cute little chart from Pinterest, and everything is fine. Your teenage daughter comes down with depression. You've had depression your whole life. You put her on medication. Everything's great. But sometimes solutions are a little more complicated than that. Sometimes you know what you're supposed to do, but you just can't quite get yourself to do it. Or you feel so crazy and stuck in the muck that you can't access your inner wisdom or your maternal instincts. I have found there are 3 reasons why we lose our way and lose access to our own inner guidance. Number 1, thinking unhelpful thoughts. I'm going to give you an example of that in a second. Number 2, disconnecting from our spirit, like the essence of who we are. And number 3, not having access to our full range of emotions. Our kids are going to make us feel things we never felt before, and if we don't know how to handle that, it can send us straight into the land of crazy. So here's my darling 4-year-old in one of her crazy get-ups. She used to love to dress up. She would change her clothes multiple times a day and had so much fun, except for on Halloween when she wanted nothing to do with dressing up. Nothing in her closet would make her happy. She did not want to partake and do what everybody else was doing, and it used to drive me bananas. So this one Halloween, I spent about 12 hours trying to cajole and convince and try to get her to go with the program, to wear something that looked like a costume that was weather appropriate, and I was pulling my hair out. So finally I stopped. I said, what is the thought I am thinking that is causing me so much frustration? And I realized the thought was, this is supposed to be fun. And it wasn't. It was not fun at all. And so as soon as I realized that that's what I was thinking, I could stop, I could shift to a thought that was serving me much better, which is, for some kids, this is the hardest day of the year. This is a challenging day for sensitive children. And so every Halloween after this has been so much better. I've been patient, I've been better prepared, I've been able to prepare my daughter for this day so that we can all have a much better time. Don't you ever wonder why some parents react so differently to the same situation? Here's a little role play my family agreed to do with me.
Mom, I can't find my PE clothes.
Okay, I'm sure that'll turn up.
Mom, I can't find my PE clothes anywhere.
Well, did you clean your room? I've told you, you have to clean your room. It's probably laying on your floor somewhere. You know, you have to be more responsible. It's your things. You need to keep track of them. I can't keep track of everything around here.
So what is the thought that I was thinking that made me get so nasty that clearly my sister was not having? She should be more organized. I have to do everything around here. If I was a good mom, I would always have everything ready to go. Neither of us would forget things or make any mistakes. So usually when I get that nasty, it means my inner perfectionist has reared her ugly head. And even though logically I know that making mistakes is an important part of the human experience, I still have this subconscious thought in there that says I should be able to do everything perfectly. So whether these thoughts are true or not, it's the number one way to enter the land of crazy and to get us stuck there because they just aren't helping, they aren't serving us, and they are keeping us from being able to live our best lives. The second reason we find ourselves in the land of crazy is because we've disconnected from our spirit. And by spirit, I mean the essence of who we are. That it wouldn't matter what language we spoke, what parents raised us, what country we grew up in. It's the part of us that is essentially us, just our spirit. For example, my client Lisa said, coaching with Torie gave me back my Lisa-ness, but with some new secret superpowers. What does it feel like to be disconnected from your spirit? Well, your body's busy, but your brain is bored. You can feel angry and annoyed, really easy to find blame in other people, other things, your kids, your husband, your house, whatever. You feel restless. These are all signs that it's time to reconnect. Accomplished moms feel it, nice moms feel it, overwhelmed moms and dads feel it. Worried parents don't know they've lost it. Now, kids will take 100% of our attention and still ask for more. So it's really easy when you're parenting to pay attention to your kids' needs, wants, passions, desires, and lose touch with our own. I had a client who hired me because she was unhappy with her job, but she didn't know what else she wanted to do. So after a few weeks of coaching, we realized she actually liked her job. It was the commute that was getting her down and disconnecting her from her spirit. And what reconnected her with her spirit was riding her bike. So she talked to her husband, talked to her boss, and 6 months later, she's living in Colorado, doing the same work she was doing before, but from her kitchen table, and her only commute was riding her bike with her kids to school every day. So connecting with our spirit gives us the answers that we need. That's why life coaching is so effective and works so quickly, because so much of it is reconnecting you with your spirit so that you can find your own answers and access your own wisdom. The third reason why parents find themselves in the land of crazy is they don't have access to all their emotions. Kids are going to make you feel things you've never felt before. So if you don't know how to feel and process fear, sadness, anger, shame, all those doozies, but also joy, contentment, and love. If you don't know how to allow those feelings in, you're going to be looking for distractions like over worrying, overeating, over drinking, overworking, never taking a break, and all those things we do to try and avoid feeling a feeling. Here's an email I got from a client. I experienced something sort of interesting last night. I made a good dinner with all of us outside on our deck. We listened to music, talked, and had a very nice time. I felt great about the dinner that included dessert and generally felt like it was the perfect cap of a 3-day weekend. Then I felt like eating more. I asked myself, what is it that I'm trying not to feel? And to my complete horror, it's contentment. I wanted to ruin my own contentment with feeling awful about eating. Oh my God! Previously, I never made that connection, but I know for a fact this is a well-worn path for me. I've never made these connections before, and I'm finding it pretty exhilarating. So those are the 3 reasons why we lose ourselves in parenting and we head into the land of crazy. 1, we have thoughts that aren't serving us. 2, we are disconnected from our spirit. And 3, we aren't practiced at feeling the full range of our emotions. Even though the frustrations, the worry, the guilt of parenting is normal, it doesn't have to be stressful. You don't have to just grit your teeth and wait for your kids to move out of the house because you know that empty nest is going to bring on a whole new batch of crazy with the worry and the loneliness and the lack of purpose. So what if you could use the highs and lows of parenting to grow, to learn, and to become a happier, more peaceful, more fulfilled human being so that you could live your best life while you're at home with your kids and they're watching you and studying and learning how to do it? So sure, you could go on a mountaintop and meditate for years and years, or you can do what I do and use my daughter's refusal to wear pants as a path to my own spiritual and personal enlightenment. Your kids are growing, learning, and expanding. Why not you? So whether you just brought a baby home for the first time or your last baby is moved out, now is the perfect time to start living your best life. Click the link below and I'm going to send you 4 steps to finding your way out of the land of crazy. These 4 things are simple things you can do every day, but they will give you more peace and more clarity, which is always the first step. They're going to make you feel more alive, more on purpose. You're going to feel productive and focused and give you that feeling that you've been looking for. It's just to be able to appreciate and enjoy this amazing and brilliant life that you've got. I can't wait to connect with you. I hope you'll reach out to me on my Facebook page, my Pinterest or Twitter pages, or shoot me an email anytime. I look forward to connecting with you. Take care. Thanks so much for watching.